Hey, this is Red Bait coming to you live from the Comedy Store for a brand new episode of Kill Tony. Give it up for your host, Tony Hinchcliffe.
Fuck yeah. How exciting.
Hi, Tony.
Wow, it's good to be here again. How you guys doing out there? Holy shit, this is a big crowd for a Kill Tony episode. This is very exciting. Word's getting around.
Growing and growing.
I fucking love it. Hi everybody, welcome. Fuck yeah. Big weekend this past weekend, right?
Fuck yeah. I'm so sore from walking around looking at comic books.
Yeah. Brian was at Comic-Con in San Diego and leading the Death Squad regime into the American Comedy Company for big midnight shows.
Yep.
And I was in Corpus Christi, Texas by myself doing gigs there.
Yeah, how was it? Like, that's like near, that's like in the middle somewhere, right? Or is it?
It's actually farther east. Yeah, it's right by the Gulf of Mexico on the Texas side. So, yeah, it's right there with Selena's from there. They have this big statue of Selena right across from where I was staying. Selena
Gomez?
No, the original Selena. Her full name was just Selena. She was like the Mexican Madonna, and she got shot and killed. And she's like, yeah, it's like it was a big deal.
Remember Jennifer Lopez played?
Oh, hey everybody,
Whoa.
the Iron Patriot is here, obviously. Holy shit. This guy really knows how to, he's like Ed McMahon with Tourette's.
What were you saying?
It's hard to get a word in edgewise. You talk so much.
Well, I didn't introduce you yet. We're at the part of the podcast where, you son of a bitch. You know we always say hello, we talk about our weekend, and then we check in with you. Look at you over there.
Okay, I'll wait patiently, sorry.
People have been hitting you up on Twitter so much, you're
My
speaking
ego's
up.
growing. My head is getting bigger and bigger every day like Jupiter.
There you go. Luckily, it still fits in that iron helmet.
So the statue of her, is it like just like she's laying down on the ground?
No, they actually made the statue when she was alive.
Oh.
I mean, like, they made it of her alive. They didn't take the part where she was a corpse and make a stone image of that. But that would be something. They'd probably get, like, more press or whatever.
Yeah, they need to do more dead statues.
It's true. Why do they always try to encapsulate these heroes at their greatest moments when they could get them at their lowest?
It could, yeah, or it could just be like a funeral. You're seeing them like what you didn't get to go to the funeral. You get to see what they look like dead.
Yeah.
Like they're just resting.
I'd love to see like a decomposing statue of John Lennon or something.
Uh-huh.
Or a statue, I guess the wording would be a statue of a decomposing John Lennon. There you go.
So Iron Patriot, I was at
Iron Patriot is here, everybody. Put your
Yes,
hands
I saw you
together.
at Comic-Con, right, man?
Yeah, and there was tons of you guys out there, and it was really comforting to be around them because I felt like it was you.
Yes.
And you were the only one that I know that had has a voice modulator though. So like you come up to this really badass guy, like there was one guy that had like this huge turret that would like rotated like it was shooting and stuff like that. And he comes up and like, wow, hey, nice costume. He's like, oh, thanks. You know, and it's just thank you very much. But no, it was really cool. And are you excited about all the announcements that you know?
Yeah, people have been telling me. I read some things on the internet. I looked at a bunch of costumes. There was a lot of people doing cosplay that looked real cool.
Why weren't you there?
It's hard enough for me to make it here. I don't think I can make it down to San Diego. And I didn't have a ticket. If I had the proper invitation, I might go.
You know that you can travel places and you don't have to wear the suit, right?
Yeah, I know.
For those of you that don't know, the Iron Patriot suit is so fucking like real and crazy that he has to take the bus here from where he lives because he can't sit down in the suit. That's not a joke. He literally, like, if you offered him a ride, he wouldn't be able to take it. He has to stand up the entire way. So the only way he can do it is by getting on the bus. And a fun fact is they never charge him.
No. They went by me one time, though, because they didn't know I was standing for the bus. They thought I was crazy. I tried to go like this. They just went right by me.
My buddy's here, Matt from hornblasters.com, and if we could get a mic on him, I don't know if you know what a horn blaster is.
No, I don't. This is exciting.
He started the company, I believe, was it 92 or 93?
2001.
2001? All right, brain farts. But it's those cars that have like train horns in them. You know, where you're like, what the fuck was that? You know, horns.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be awesome if he had that, like, somehow attached to him?
That would be. But the Patriot makes some great noises.
Yes. I appreciated that bud you gave me last week, Tony.
The
It made
what?
me feel very special.
The what?
That bud you gave me. I liked it.
Oh, the.
My awareness is growing every day of a reality. I now realize that we're floating in infinity in our trip through eternity. Our consciousness is always showing us what we want to see and truly believe.
Wow, those are some new ones, by the way. First of all, for those of you again that don't know, the Patriot's also notorious for his marijuana-induced deep thoughts. He's very philosophical at times.
I started singing to the weed. I liked it so much. Doobie doobie doo, doobie I love you.
All right, some are better than others.
I live inside your sexy sex bot made of steel. I am programmed to make all the ladies squeal. I have boots of aluminum and circuit board abs. I'm impervious to hackers, chlamydia, or crabs. Supersonic sex machine. Supersonic sex machine. I'm thinking of doing a Broadway musical, calling it Supersonic Sex Machine, because that's what I am.
Fuck yeah.
Very
I
good.
could definitely see you on Broadway. I mean, not inside any of the theaters, but outside on the sidewalk. Totally.
Square cut or pear shape, these rocks don't lose their shape. Diamonds are a girl's biggest win.
That is fucking amazing. Right there, that was awesome. That was creepy.
That's what this is. On the boats and on the planes, they come to America. Never coming back again. They come to America.
All right. Okay, Patriot. We know that you know some songs. We get it.
Okay, well, thanks for letting me carry on that far. I'm karaoke from hell.
Oh my
That's
god.
awesome.
Fucking love you, man.
Now, Matt with this guy, he makes these videos though where he's just driving down the street and just honks it and records the people like fucking shitting themselves. And if you you still have my hornblasters.com, right?
Yeah, it's an audible rape.
Have you ever gotten in trouble for that? Like, or
Yeah, I had a lawsuit up until last week. Finally settled after 3 years.
wow.
What happened? Did you cause an accident or something, or make a dog have a seizure?
Some hearing loss, allegedly.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't think about that.
How'd they get you? They saw your license plate or
Someone
something?
was at a car show, they honked the horn, and it all came back to me. But it's all gone. We're good.
So is it technically legal to have that? Like,
There's no law against having an air horn on your car. I mean, you can get in a lot of trouble with a chainsaw from Home Depot if you use it the wrong way.
right.
So just try to not be a dick with it.
Wow.
But that's what everyone kind of does with it.
Right, yeah.
He's a dick.
It's so fucking fun though.
Yeah, it sounds
Like watching people react to it, it's one of my favorite things in the world.
I love that. I love shocking people. I saw one of the funnier videos I've ever seen in my life of, I can't remember what it was, what the actual thing is. Somebody in this room might know, but they did this prank on people where they put this scary little girl in an elevator.
Oh yeah. That's such awesome.
I must have been the last person to see this, but I mean, it was unbelievably fucking hilarious. So they put this little creepy girl on the other side of a panel, and then people get on an elevator and they hit the floor, and then the elevator stops and the light goes out, and this little girl comes out of the panel of the elevator, so all of a sudden she's in the elevator just standing there, and then the light flips on, and these people just fucking lose their shit. It's unbelievable. So check that out if you haven't. Because if I say it's a funny fucking video, that means you have to watch it. Because I hate everything.
Could you do I would love to do a prank show like that. Wouldn't it be so
totally.
much fun?
Oh, absolutely. That's the kind of shit I hate.
Me and Ari Shafir had this thing where this guy gave me a box of this stuff that he created called liquid ass. And like he was in college he created because he was like a scientist or something. That was his college project. And it's like one little teardrop of it makes the whole place smell like fucking shit. Like it's just disgusting. So I had boxes of them. I'm not going to like use that much. So me and Ari took all this money, like dollars, and just drenched it and then put them like on the ground. and we recorded it from a car. And the problem, we never released the video. I think it might have been on a Death Squad podcast somewhere, like where I showed it, but we never released the video because what happened is only kids picked it up. And so like, it'd be like a family, like, oh, mommy, look! And then the kid starts crying and wipes it all over its face and shit. And then it got bad, so we decided to like take it somewhere else because we're getting kind of nervous because there's all these kids wiping their hands off.
I love how the baby, after it finds money, it is still in front of you guys. It starts crying at the same time and starts wiping its face with a dollar bill.
And so we decided to move because we didn't want to get in trouble because we felt bad. And so we went to Burger King, and same thing, this old man wearing a camo thing, and this little one, once goes to pick it up, and the guy was like, no, stop. And then he goes and picks it up and then puts it down and then kicks it into a puddle of water. Then he turns around and he only had one arm. He was a Vietnam vet. So we decided to stop, and we didn't record anymore. We were just like, this is not meant to be.
Oh my god.
But with the Comic-Con, though, the amount of Asians was out of control. And but there got too many parts where you couldn't move, like you had to stand like this, and you just kind of got stuck, because people would be like, oh, Vampire Diaries and shit. Where there's one point where this girl was dressed up as Finn from Adventure Time with like the really short shorts, and Finn, by the way, is a boy character in a kid's cartoon. But as an Asian, a tall Asian wearing it, it's fucking hot as hell. It's like a tranny somehow or something. It's badass. But she's like stuck next to me, and my hand was just like constantly like touching her like leg part or some kind of skin right there. And I'm just like, wow, this is awesome. I'm like going like this, and then suddenly this big fat guy in front of me wearing nothing except a Speedo. It wasn't a real costume. He just like was like, oh, I'm wearing a Speedo. And so like he kept on like backing up and stuff like that. He was like, that was his thing. Like he just was there to get in these parts of crowds where you can just touch other people. I think that's what his costume was, like crazy pervert.
Jesus.
And then somebody brushed my dick, and I thought it was the Asian, and I looked over, it was Wolverine.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, if Wolverine's gonna brush your dick, it's good that you made it out safely.
Comic-Con, by the way, best party ever. Fuck AVN, fuck all those other stuff. Comic-Con, hotter girls, just amazing.
Amazing. I still haven't made it there, but I bet it's just filled with adorable little Asian girls just covering up their mouths and giggling.
Oh, yeah. A lot of it.
Like I just picture it's like hee hee ho ho hee hee hee. Just tons of cameras and flashes and Asians and chicks.
There's a lot of Iron Patriot type people, like with crazy costumes.
Were you in a Chewbacca costume or something? I saw you in something brown and furry.
Oh, no, that's I bought a new bathrobe, a Chewbacca bathrobe.
Oh, okay. That was cute.
One of the cooler things I saw on Reddit yesterday was that Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad, one of my favorite shows. I don't know if you guys saw this, but look it up. It's hilarious. He wore a Heisenberg mask and was walking around all of Comic-Con dressed as Heisenberg. I mean, it looks exactly like Heisenberg, but it's I guess a mask you could buy. And so then...
Who's Heisenberg?
Oh, it's him. It's his character in Breaking Bad.
Right.
So he's wearing his own mask, right? But he's totally mingled with all these people. He was walking around wearing it the whole time. And then they're doing the panel. They call him up. He comes out of the crowd dressed like that. He takes off the mask, and it looks exactly like him. The place goes crazy. I mean, it was...
Is it on video?
That guy's so fucking cool in real life.
Yeah.
And professionally. More and more I find out about this Bryan Cranston guy. You know the agility you have to be able to play that fucking guy in Breaking Bad and the dad from Malcolm in the Middle? That's fucking craziness. Like, there's a lot of great actors, but they're not... Like, you think of De Niro, but it's always De Niro, and you think of Walken, but he's always playing Walken. There's actors that just play the same roles. I mean, sure, they're great roles, but that's agility. This fucking guy's intense. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the return of that. We're sponsored by Horn Blasters and Breaking Bad, by the way. Well, I'm excited about tonight's guests, and I'm very excited to bring them up and get this party started. In no particular order, the first guy I'll bring up, I've known him for years. We are back of the room assassins together late at night. This is a real comedy warrior. He does tons of spots. He opens up for Rob Schneider. He tours the country. One of my funniest friends for more than 6 years. Put your hands together for my pal, Earl Skakel, everybody. Big Earl. And also, another amazing stand-up comedian. This guy caught my attention when he came on the scene a few years ago, just being absolutely hilarious. And one of the things that blew my mind about him was that he was always doing a different set completely. He wrote more new material constantly. I couldn't believe it. I thought only I was noticing. Every time I hosted, it would be a different 3 minutes. Soon that became my intro for him, and we became great friends. I think he's the future of Saturday Night Live, and one of the best impressionists I know, and another one of my funniest friends. It is Jeremiah Watkins. This is exciting, because you guys come from two totally different spectrums of comedy, in my opinion. What Earl has in a dark, evil, fun, joke style, ground and just beat them with jokes, and change directions, and just crushing, with standing there and being just like almost like a statue. Jeremiah's flying around the stage, being just a goofball. So I'm excited about this chemistry to have you two guys on. A couple of my funnier friends.
No
What's
mercy.
going on, guys?
No mercy.
Fuck yeah. Earl, how long have you been doing stand-up?
13 years
Wow.
in the jungles.
And Jeremiah?
I've been doing stand-up for about 4 years and improv for 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like big in the improv world, right?
Yeah. I still like to keep up with my improv. Did the Second City program, done some classes at Groundlings, and I still perform. I try to perform at least a handful of times a month. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen both of their asses before.
Really?
Oh yeah, Red Band definitely has.
You've seen my ass.
Oh, jeez.
I do a great Buffalo Bill impression.
Yeah. It's one of the funnier things that happens late night here sometimes. Like I said, Earl, our friendship usually is based from 1 in the morning and later for the last, over 6 years. You were here when I got here, so.
Yeah.
And we've always been late night dwellers. We've always played in the band together with Don Barris, which we used to do a lot more often a couple of years ago, where we just airplay basically music for hours and hours.
Oh yeah, we had a couple shows that went to like 4 or 5 in the morning back in the day.
Oh yeah, big time. Sometimes we would watch the sun come up, but
That's not all that came up.
there's some crazy stuff that happens here late at night. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things though when you come out. That really makes
Oh
me
yeah. So one of the funnier things, especially like if there's a comedian on stage that we know that's just doing terribly, that's always the best case scenario for this. He goes behind the black curtain and
back here. What? So the comedian can't see,
right,
and it comes out completely
with his dick tucked between
between
his legs.
like an angel,
Yeah.
and just slowly scoots up behind the.
And what's great is the person who's on stage thinks that they're getting this gigantic laugh from their material, because he'll wait usually until like it's a perfect time, and the place just erupts because the person's like, "Oh, thank you. Oh, you like that one, huh?" And that's the part where everybody really starts dying of laughter because they don't realize that we're laughing at the naked guy behind them.
Well, the best was one night I knew this guy's punchlines, so every time it was coming, I would whip out my dick. So he's killing. Just standing. Next night he does the same set to nothing, and he comes up to me after. He's like, "Earl, I don't know what happened. Last night I killed with the same jokes because my dick wasn't behind you."
Oh, it's fucking awesome.
He's trying to help out.
I love it. And Jeremiah, what I love about Jeremiah is I just cannot picture a world where Saturday Night Live exists in a few years without you.
Oh, thanks. Oh, yeah.
I don't know how many of you know him, but his impressions are unbelievable. You guys know Jeremiah? Yeah! There you go. Unbelievable. Hilarious. Always original characters, always fun. Patriot, what do you know about these two guys?
I went on the internet, I looked at all the impressions you did. I noticed one of them was Justin Bieber, one was Justin Timberlake,
Yeah.
and you're very skilled and diverse.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I love how you picked two guys with the same name and pop stars, but
My dad is in the Iron Patriot suit tonight.
Oh, nice. It's Mr. Watkins.
Yeah.
Yes.
Truth
yes.
is out. Fuck
That
yeah.
was so weird. That was true.
He's my dad the whole time.
Or if it's actually somebody we really know.
Oh, that'd be
Because
you.
we actually, I've never seen his face, and I've what? How many? 7 episodes with you? 6
Yes.
episodes?
If people want to see me, they can go to my Facebook on Twitter, and I have a link that shows what I look like.
Why is the microphone at your dick, though?
It comes out of my chest. The sound comes out best. Comes out that way.
I bet it does.
Yes.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm a very complex creature.
I'm sure you are.
Iron Patriot, have you used Tinder yet?
What's Tinder?
It's this application where it shows a girl and you can either like it or hate her. Like you go through her photos, and if you like it, it puts it in this pile, and then if she looks at it and likes your picture, then it makes a chat room so you can talk to that person.
Wow.
And so one of my new things that me and Benji started doing over the weekend is figuring out that all you do is you just like every single girl because it ups your chances. So we're now addicted to it. And I'm averaging about 5,000 per hour.
By the way, what this means is now the entire time that Brian's out at night, by the way, and we're all hanging, and there's a chance where if she was right in front of him, he could meet a great girl. He's too busy staring at his phone, pushing this button all the time, waiting for some Tinder whore to come find him. I mean, you're not going to find a 10 on Tinder, bro.
Oh, you don't even know. I've actually found most of the girls I know on here already.
Well, how long has this app been out?
Like 6 months or so. I don't know,
Wow.
a year.
It's in beta, bro.
My
Not
friend-
ahead of the curve.
This guy I met said that he's been on almost 30 dates with girls from Tinder, and he's hooked up with almost 90% of them.
God.
That's pretty good numbers.
That is good.
But if you want the real horrors, you got to go on Backpage.
I know, and then cross-reference it on the erotic review. I know.
And fling.com, too.
Fuck yeah. Well, what do you guys say we get this party started? As always, we have a ton of comedians that have signed up. I think we set a record tonight. Comedians come up and they do 1 minute each. It's 60 seconds. They are made aware of running over their time by the famous cat meow.
And if they go over and they won't stop, they might get the West Hollywood Bear.
That's right. Starts off soft with a little kitty meow, but if you go too far over, and whatever you do, you don't want to have to make the Patriot make his famous noise when people miss their spot. They get blacklisted. So there you go. Any of these things could happen at any given moment. You never know what's going to happen. We have a huge bucket of comedians tonight. I'm so excited. The energy in this room is great. You guys ready to get this thing started? Fuck yeah. All right. Well, I pull out of the bucket. Lucky number 1. David Liu. Talking about racism. Holy shit. Oh, David Liu.
Blacklisted!
No
Oh my
respect.
God.
No respect.
David
Now what-
Liu, everybody.
Hey, what's up? Just go.
What? You got it.
All right. You guys like racism? I like racism.
Yeah.
I just don't like how quickly people get offended when it's not something that's bad. Like my white friend was like, "Hey, David, you look like that guy from Fast and the Furious." I was like, "That's not bad. Which one?" And he was like, "All of them." Then it kind of bothered me. I was like, "All right, blanket racism kind of hurts when you lump us all together." But I didn't know that was something that only bothered small minorities. It doesn't bother white people for some reason. Every time I've tried it, I'm like, all you white people look alike. You guys just look at each other like, well, that's fucking impossible. I don't know what this Chinaman's talking about. You don't have to be a different race to be racist, though. It can be anybody, right? Like my girlfriend's also Asian, but she's a different kind. I'm Chinese, she's Korean. We get along fine, but the parents are kind of weird. Like whenever I go over to her house, it's always awkward because her dad doesn't speak English and I don't speak Gook, so we're just looking at each other. I don't know what you're trying to tell me, sir. Relax, guys. I looked it up. That's the right one. Thanks.
Fuck yeah.
That was awesome.
I love the timing on that. He did a little head turn and the cat meowed. It's like he knew exactly what 60 seconds was.
I know. You figured that out. You've been working on that timing
Fuck
for...
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's incredible. Fuck yeah, racism's always funny.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you're Asian, so you get to talk about you know, you can. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, everybody hates us.
Does your girlfriend have any friends?
Yeah, she has a couple friends.
Cool.
Do they have big tits?
No, they're all Asian tits.
Earl's so sad.
She has a few with implants though.
Oh,
Whoa.
Koreans love implants. I don't think that's
Yes.
Dr. Fisher, Cannon Drive.
Are they single?
Are they what?
Are they single?
No way.
Probably,
There's
I don't know.
some
Maybe.
rich Asian doctor that buys the implants.
Yeah, that's true. Of course.
They're not getting those from their shifts over at Spa Day or whatever the
If
fuck.
they're traditional Koreans, though, their parents will pay for it. Like if they think their kids are ugly, they'll pay for their kids.
Wow.
Do they work at any of the rub and squirt parlors?
I'll look through her cell phone later on tonight. I'll let you know.
Just let me know.
What kind of Asian are you?
I'm Chinese.
Yeah, the powerful one. You're gonna be the guy that we all go to when they invade. Like, please tell your fucking people to chill out.
I'm from Taiwan though, so they don't like this either. China doesn't like Taiwan either.
So you make good baseball mitts.
Yeah.
Do you know how to get a green card for, or I mean a Visa card for a Filipino or smuggle out a Filipino?
He's asking for a friend.
Yeah, for a friend.
I mean, I could research it, but no, I don't have them.
And have you ever known another Chinese person that? Have you ever known anybody that actually has worked at a rub and tug?
No.
You can add all these questions that we're asking you to your racism bit, by the way.
Yeah. You been here before? You cop?
Earl's having flashbacks right now to last week.
Wait,
Last week? How about Saturday?
what's your membership number?
No. They check for a tan line on your sock in case you're a bicycle cop.
Is that true? Get the fuck out of
Wait,
here.
really?
That's real?
I could write a Zaggott's guide at massage parlors.
Oh, I might need your help.
Fuck yeah, David, that's all really funny shit.
Yeah.
Keep doing your thing, man. That's awesome.
Thanks very
That's
much.
great. That's at Lou Dave on Twitter, Liu Dave.
Oh,
Talking
great.
about racism. It's awesome. 1 for 1. I love it. Your next comedian, Josh Martin, everybody. AKA the worst producer of any podcast ever. He's one of the producers of the Kill Tony podcast. He sets things up terribly, and he does a mic check, and he has a speech impediment. Josh Martin, everybody.
That's me, guys. Guys, I finally have an apartment to sleep in, which is great. I used to sleep in my car. It's great. I love my new place. Hate my roommate though. Hate him. He takes a lot of dick pills, like a crazy amount of dick pills. Like I went to him, like, why do you take so many dick pills? It's like, because it gives me confidence in the bedroom. And I know I don't need dick pills, because you don't need confidence in the bedroom and an air mattress in the living room. It's not needed. I'm just gonna eat the sandwich like a goddamn man. I'm actually lying about everything I just said. I don't have an air mattress. It's just my back seat in my living room. I took it out of my car. It's great. Yeah, that's all.
There he is, his 60-second suicide note, everybody. Jeremiah.
I think a way to improve this joke 1,000% is if you change dick to weena. I think that will like drastically improve the
Brent takes a
joke.
lot of wiener pills.
A lot of
No fucking doubt about it.
It's amazing.
On the topic underneath his on this sign-up sheet, it says dick pills. Next time I see it, it better be WEENAH. Weena.
Now, did you do that same bit last week?
Yes.
Oh Jesus, really?
I took the changes I made and
All right,
did
well,
it.
you're on 2-week probation.
2-week probation.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
There's tons of comedians here trying to get up. You're the one that puts the names in the bucket. How many fucking Josh Martins can there be? This thing's filled. I just picked
There's
you.
only one.
All right. There he goes, everybody. Josh Martin. It's not going to get better than the Weena pills.
Yeah.
There's no punch-up we can do to that. That's it.
Nothing wrong with taking dick pills either.
He's great. That's my little tiny pal, Josh Martin, at Josh Martin Comic on Twitter.
I'm just
You guys-
surprised he just did the same joke. He just wasted.
I know, it makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, 1 minute, man. You do a new joke.
If this was if it was,
Yeah, talk about rape or something.
I didn't even think of it that way. Just the fact that he's like trying to work out that specific 60 seconds. I was just wondering why you would want the people that listen to it this. I think he's doing it as like a press thing, so that he can have a bunch of people just tweet at him like, "What a fucking idiot! 2 weeks in a row, dumbass." They're gonna get a lot of that.
I thought about it, and it just seemed like a big thing.
You should do a Schwarzenegger impression.
Oh.
That'd be killer for
Yeah.
him.
Fuck yeah, be killer, all right. Anyway, your next comedian, who I just pulled out of the bucket, I believe that says Melissa Shoshahi. Fresh out of the potty. Look at that. The bathroom door swung open. I love it.
What's up, guys? Hey, let's see. All right, starting. Hey, everybody. So I'm seeing a guy right now that I met off Tinder. Right? He is so hot. He is so hot that you almost forget he doesn't have a car. You know? And I get so mad at myself because, like, I'm stuck in traffic, like, trying to pick a scrub ass up, and I'm, like, so mad at myself. You know, I'm like, oh my god, I cannot believe I'm putting myself in this situation. I cannot believe it. And I see him at the bus stop, and I'm like, oh my god, get in. Get in, now you are hot. But here's the thing. Because he doesn't have a car, like, he doesn't have a job. Because I pick winners. And, like, I asked him the other day, I was like, so what did you do? He's like, yeah, I had a meeting. A meeting of the minds? Like, okay, what else did you do? He's like, yeah, I sent out an email. Like, you just sent out an email as something productive that you've done today? It's just a vicious cycle that I continue to do. Ah.
There it is, 60 seconds. Fuck yeah. I got confused there because you said that you met him on Tinder, but then what about the bus stop? He told you to pick you up. You had him.
Yeah, he doesn't have a car. So I
Right.
picked him up.
But would you say that you found him at the bus stop? What did you
No,
look-
no, I picked him up.
At
I
the
picked
bus
him
stop.
up.
Oh, so he told you, like, via the Tinder chat that he's at a bus stop. Is that what you're saying? I'm asking you. I'm confused.
No, I was just saying I met him off Tinder. But I, like, at a bus stop, because he doesn't have a car. So I
But when
picked
you
him
said
up.
the bus stop thing, what did you say? How did you say that? What did you say?
I go, I get so mad at myself when I see him at a bus stop. I'm like, oh my god, get in.
It's confusing. Because it sounds like you're talking about two different guys or something. You said, I don't know. Now it's weird. But you said that you met him on Tinder, and then it seems like you're meeting him again at a bus stop. Like,
It seems like you're meeting
"Hey,
somebody
get
else,
over here." Yeah, it's a
Oh,
whole,
okay.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about two different dudes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
It just seems like you're some kind of crazy.
I am a little crazy.
Whoa. Hello.
You can see the whites above her eyes.
Oh, your feet are exposed. Comic Patriot has a foot fetish. This is the part of the show where I let him judge one of the female comedians' feet.
Well, I did wash it like yesterday, so it's
Oh,
pretty
there you
nice.
go. What nationality are you?
I'm Persian.
Wow. So that washing of the feet thing, that's like once every few months, right? Anyway, Patriot, what do you think about her feet? Can you see out of it?
I would like to make her my Persian princess.
There you
I'll
go.
massage your feet during a romantic comedy.
Heck yeah. And nothing feels better massaging your feet than fiberglass. So. How long have you been doing stand-up?
3 years now?
Wow. In LA?
No, Seattle.
Oh.
Down in LA.
How long have you been in LA?
For a while now, yeah.
A while.
Well, I've been down back and forth. So, I came out here for college, and then I went back to Seattle, and then I got back here again like 2 years ago.
Cool. How fun. What did you study in college?
Communications.
Really?
Yeah, because I
Wow.
didn't want to be a doctor or lawyer, and communications was like the easiest thing ever.
So what do you want to do? What?
That's why Tinder's so much easier. You just have to. I mean, I've done this like 5,000 times since the show started.
I fucking love it. I like your style. You guys have anything for Melissa?
You remind me of a Persian Whitney. No, I'm serious. That's a compliment. She's like the biggest comic in the world, you dumb fucks.
Yeah, I can see it. You're like Whitney Jabrani. It's great. That's awesome. You have the best of both very successful worlds.
Okay, thank you guys.
Yeah. I see. I don't know if you'll be the face of NBC, but I'm sure Al Jazeera is looking for somebody. It's gonna be great. That's another Whitney reference, guys. Put your hands together for Melissa. It's great job.
Yeah, good job.
Follow her on Twitter at Mel Shashahi. Oh.
Your purse.
But yeah, pretty sure Hornblasters just found a new date for the night. How did he end up with her purse? Anyway. Alright. This guy's a fucking magician. He's got the puppy and everything. This guy's just fucking chick bait over here.
I know.
He's got a little puppy and a service vest. That's a new name I haven't heard before. Put your hands together for Norman Towns. I love it. In Persian, that's right. Fuck yeah.
This is some true shit today. Has anyone ever asked somebody what they do and they tell them everything but what they do? Because I met somebody today, I was like, yo, what do you do? He was like, oh, you know, getting it, doing it, making it. You know what I'm saying? He's like, just still doing it, you know? Success! I'm like, okay, can you put this on an application? Like, what do you do? He's like, yo, you know, just still doing it, just getting it, got it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Like, he gave me a business card. Everybody has business cards here. He gave me a business card of a business card. It said, put your name here. I was like, what the fuck is this? But no, that's how it is, man. It is. But I love being in LA, though, because in LA, people have more connections for you than for themselves. The only place in LA. This dude was like, yeah, I can put you in iRobot, too. I can put you in Tropic Thunder, too. I can put you in everything. But where do you work at? Just a question. I'm like, so do you have the connections, or do I have the connections? Like, where are you? Alright, cool.
There you go. 60 seconds. Fuck yeah. That's some funny shit. How long have you been doing stand-up?
Probably like 8 months.
Wow. That's incredible.
That's great.
And you're from here in LA?
Phoenix.
Wow. And you started out here.
Yeah, I started out here.
How cool.
Yeah, it was just...
Yeah, you have a great charisma, a great cadence, and that's fucking some funny stuff. What was that first part? Oh yeah, I'm doing it, I'm getting it.
Doing it.
Yeah, that's funny shit, man. What do you do?
Well, I work at a beach camp right now. Like, I hang out with like little kids at a beach camp, and then part-time at a dealer.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know how the hell to do. Yeah, it's a summer job. It's just a summer job.
That sounds like fun.
That's what Sandusky said.
What are you saying? This guy's a pedophile?
It's possible. He's funny.
No, I'm not.
He's likable and funny. So that's their first personality traits.
That's his end.
It's possible.
Oh my god. I love it.
I want to go to beach camp now. I was just thinking like how fun that must be. What do you do? Just like make sandcastles and
yeah, like sandcastles and surf. It's funny.
Wow.
Is it only rich kids?
Yeah, it's a lot of rich kids.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rich kids.
That's cool. You could kidnap those kids and make a lot of money.
That's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. You should definitely take that and talk about that.
Yeah.
So what you're doing for that summer job is what's fun is, you know, only you can talk about that. And there's so much more to that. You know, working at a summer camp and building sandcastles and shit. Like, do you smoke pot?
No, I don't smoke.
Yeah,
I know how you like.
Well, what's the fun in building sandcastles?
Because I go to sleep and my face is
You're
just
not
like this all the
smoking
time. Yeah.
Wow. That's
I
good.
wish I could get high like everybody else, but I just like go to sleep every time.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a weird face. Like
I
every
think
time.
you're hanging out with boring people, man.
Hey, Redman, you need sativa because the sativa doesn't that stimulate you more?
Yeah, that's an upper. You've been only smoking like indica and stuff,
Yeah,
probably.
that's probably what it is.
Yeah.
By the way, when do rich kids, when they make sandcastles, is it more like sand homes?
I
Hello.
liked it.
What?
Nothing.
Why would they?
Because they're so rich that that's like what their house looks like. They use up like all the sand.
Yeah, they have guest houses.
It's like concrete. Never
Yeah.
mind.
I like how sandcastles was the first thing you said when we asked you what you do at this job. Like,
No, I said
He
said
sandcastles, and he agreed.
oh,
He
okay.
said,
But I just like hang out, swim, get in the ocean.
That's
Wow.
so fun.
Well, there
That's
you
a
go.
job. That's a great job. I guess if how
I've
if you
never
had a
heard.
job-
I've never heard a black guy say that before. by the
Yeah, I
way.
know. When I first
I
got
just
like,
love getting out to the ocean, you know, swimming around. It's almost like you're dropping that like as a credit.
Swimming pool.
You know, man. You know what I like to do? Just swim and shit. Not eat watermelon. You know. It's a joke about stereotypes. Anyway,
Very good.
Earl also has this knack for going whoa, 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 and like starting awkward moments.
No, not at all, man. I marched with the blacks
All right, what's the other part?
in the opposite direction.
Norman Towns doing this 8 fucking months.
Good job.
You're a little killer, dude. Jeremiah, you have anything you want to say to him? Jeremiah's from Kansas, so he doesn't know how to talk to black people.
Yeah, this is my first black interaction. I
bet.
thought it was funny, man. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's fun. At Norman Towns on Twitter.
No, appreciate you guys.
Very likable.
There you go. Very likable. Extremely. Fuck yeah. Norman Towns. Look out for that guy. He's gonna make it. Oh my god. This fucking
Oh
guy.
boy, the face of AIDS.
Jesus Christ. He's a door guy here. He's also one of the gayest human beings ever. I mean, he'll be the first to tell you how huge of a flaming homosexual this guy is. Which I have no problem with unless you're annoyingly gay. And this is his name. It's Ricky Luna.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Hey, how's it going? So I'm gay. I'm so gay, my favorite color is balls. I've been in love one time, and for me, love is like the Holocaust. Never forget, never again. Here's the thing. It was Thanksgiving, and I was with my boyfriend, and he looked me square in the face, and he said, I'm gonna get you to stick your fist up my ass. I said, you're a disgusting pig. 2 months later, and the best thing about fisting is that when your fist is lodged in another person's body, you can feel their heart beating. And that is so romantic. Okay, that's it.
There's a lot of interesting shit going on there. I love the fact that he's telling you he wants to be fisted at Thanksgiving
Yeah.
for no reason. That never comes back again.
He was playing video games.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's kind of gross, man. the heartbeat.
You
Oh,
can.
no.
You can feel it.
Yeah, it's really. Oh my god.
Do you jack off when you watch Philadelphia?
I never seen that movie.
Which way do you like stick it in like this,
No,
like
you-
straight, and then turn it like a?
You get it like this, you go
Right.
like that, and then you curl
Right.
it under when it's
Right.
inside.
Okay, I think this needs an act down.
For those of you listening, you don't want to be watching.
Iron Patriot has something to say.
And it's Thanksgiving. That's literally stuffing the turkey.
Yams!
There you go.
Yes!
Patriots killing it over there tonight. I love it. What do you think about the Iron Patriot, Ricky? You're so gay that I want to know if you'd hook up with the Patriot. Like,
Yeah.
what type of work would you go through?
I like furries, I like yiffing and all that, and this is kind of like weird, like cosplay stuff, so.
What the fuck is
I'd be-
yiffing?
Yiffing, dude. You don't know what yiffing is?
No, I don't.
It's like when two furries get together, they don't have sex. Their sex act is called yiffing. So it's like they pull out their genitals through the flap, but they keep their costumes on and they have sex with each
So
other.
always smell the crotch area of a furry.
Yes.
I'm so hard right now.
Wow.
No, yeah, he's very masculine. He looks. Those are my favorite colors: red, white, and blue. And
You mentioned your underwear.
Red Band, did you see my picture with Bobby Lee?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, he tricked me.
Yeah. You didn't know that was going on, did you?
I didn't know he was going to take his pants down.
No.
I guess that's not the first time he showed his dick, is it?
No.
Definitely not.
And it won't be the last.
My favorite thing about Bobby Lee is he just pulls down his pants and takes a photo in front of him. And I also took a photo, and he goes, "Don't put that online." I'm like, "You just did this in the parking lot outside."
He's done it. He's pulled down his pants on Comedy Central before. I don't understand why he would not want it on the internet in the parking lot there, but I guess proper censoring.
Ricky, you're really great, and are you really dirty? Like your whole act is completely just. Like,
yeah, I'm trying to get. I'm actually trying to do cleaner stuff, but none of this today has been very clean.
He wants to talk about cleaner stuff, but he also wants to talk about his real life. So those two things sort of conflict.
I need to step out of my comfort zone and get into some clean material.
Yeah, maybe talk about felching or something.
Belching. I don't do that.
I also am pretty dirty, and I have a lot of clubs and audiences that often hate that.
Yeah.
And there is ways to like still do the same material, I think, but I'll just make it seem a little bit more cuter,
Right.
Instead of more like fisting asshole, haha, I just said that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, because the thing is,
all
I
you have
have
to do is like, hey, I gave him a little fisty poo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just make it adorable.
Yeah.
Just kidding. That's not going to work. I love it. That's Ricky Luna. At Ricky Luna live.
Ricky, yeah.
There he goes. A lot of Comedy Store employees and former employees so far. Oh yeah, this guy's cool as fuck. Very fun to watch. Young rising stand-up comedian. Put your hands together for my pal Teddy Ray. Teddy Ray comedy. Funny motherfucker.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? Fucking right. God damn. Are you black? Okay, just check. All right. You didn't mention this when you mentioned the minute thing. You didn't mention that I'll be standing next to like Hollywood Boulevard's finest.
It's not water.
It's what?
What's wrong? Just pretend like he's not there. Whether you're afraid of the, you have a run-in with the Iron Man at some point, have like bad memories, having flashbacks to your experience with Tony Stark or something.
No, man, it's cool. I'm good.
Here he is, Teddy Ray. Everybody, put your start it over.
All right, I'm gonna get into it. I'm broke. I need money because I need bitches. That's pretty much where I'm going. I don't know. People think I need like their help with getting bitches, and that's not the case. Thank you. I hate people come to me and they say, "Oh, Teddy, I got the perfect girl for you," and it's never the perfect girl for me. It's just always a female version of me. Like, if nobody else wanted to fuck your cousin, what makes you think I do? I can do bad all by myself. Trying to be famous, that's something else. You too?
Yeah.
Alright, for sure. Trying to be famous. The thing is, I don't know, Hollywood not gonna let me because I'm not a sex symbol. To them, to me I am, but they like, nah, we cool. So, I gotta write these little movies to fit myself, you know what I'm saying? So I'm writing this movie, I don't know if anybody would like to see it, but it's called Adorable, The Untold Story of Precious's Brother. Sorry, me. Got Don.
Oh, you went double. There you go. The big gay bear is out. Look out. That's fucking funny. Hell yeah. Couple great fucking jokes there.
I think like a good sign of any performer is when you can already start making people laugh before you like you technically started him over, but I thought that was like part of what he was deciding to do was to not talk for.
This was just a weird, awkward moment.
I love it. I
embrace it.
just get a little concerned for the people that are listening.
Oh
to the
yeah,
podcast.
they're just it's like dead
for
air.
the dead air. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, for the audio
If
listeners,
you're asking, yes, it's
he
dead
had
air
his
when you're
pants
staring
down
at
and
the
he was
picture.
showing us his dick.
But yeah, that's fucking hilarious, man. And how long have you been doing stand-up, Teddy?
3 years officially.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I went up against Teddy in a rap battle and fucking slaughter him.
You murdered me, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, bro.
Bars are too heavy, man. It's like Red Man. Tell me with punchline.
So much fun.
Best stage presence yet today, I think. I like your stage presence.
Oh yeah, Teddy Ray, you're gonna be a fucking star, man.
Yeah.
No doubt about
Thank
it.
you.
This guy's a wildebeest.
Yeah, you really got a dog.
Heck
That's
yeah.
what's up.
Wow.
So what else is happening, Teddy? What's going on? Everything good?
Everything's good. People keep congratulating me because I booked Comic View.
Oh, look at that! Get the fuck out of here! Well, congratulations! That's so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool. How long are you gonna do on that?
10 minutes.
That is
Oh, wow.
great, bro. Look at you.
The most niggerish accomplishment I've ever had.
Do they still do Showtime at the Apollo? Is that still a
I
thing?
think they do, but they don't air it.
Oh my god.
Like they set it up, they have the cameras and everything, but they just lie to the people.
Has it gotten that ghetto, or like what happened to it?
It's just that unimportant at the moment. We got The Voice, we got America's Got Talent.
Wow, it is crazy now that I think about it because that was like the original of that, but it was just like a ghetto.
That's an accurate word.
Instead of there being, judges, there was just a fucking crowd that would just go crazy and boo the shit out of you. Just a bunch of haters. Unbelievable.
That's a million times worse, too, than just 3 fucking douchebag
Oh,
judges, too.
They're bringing it back.
And then the icing on the cake is they would have somebody come out, the guy with the fucking hook thing or whatever, right?
Yeah, he'll get your ass off stage.
Oh my god.
Are you saying they're bringing it back, or are you talking about Soul Train?
No, they're bringing it back with Carl Weathers, and they're going to call it Showtime at Apollo Creed.
You haven't gotten to do that joke in a while.
It's a debut. It was debuted right now.
Really?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I fucking love it. That's great.
I love Teddy, though. He's a great dude, very funny.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, let's keep it moving. That's at Teddy Ray Comedy on Twitter. Talking about hanging money. Teddy Ray. Watch him on Comic View. When's that out, Teddy?
Sometime in the fall.
Sometime in the fall. Keep watching BET, everybody. Keep watching BET, and then you'll see it come up.
It'll be after a 227 episode.
BET HD is more scary than regular BET, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ.
Your next comedian's name is Kyle Henson, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, this guy's a goofball. I've seen him before.
Some real ham and egger here.
I'm an awesome uncle. My nephew was like, "Hey Kyle, I really want a kitten for my birthday." Like, Jason, you can have whatever you want, man. Pick a color. He said purple. You can have orange. Remember what I told you about orange sherbet? It's like, you're the shit, uncle. But I'm cheap, so in order to save on wrapping, I put the kitten inside of his pinata at his birthday party. Everyone was mad, upset with me. I'm like, you should be proud of Jason. This is the first time he beat some pussy up. It's okay, I can say that I'm half black. Thank you guys for comments.
Whoa. Holy shit. Fuck yeah. Only doing 35 seconds. Now, you've been on here a few times, right?
Yes, thank you.
So, and I've been nice before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you what I absolutely hated about what you just did. Do you mind?
I ironed my shirt today.
Yeah, remember?
You
He
better
told him
iron
to
that
iron his shirt.
joke.
He
There
has
you
a
go.
nicer shirt this time.
Yeah, but isn't your dick hanging out of your jeans right now, or what is that going on down there?
Jesus. Oh my god, what is that?
It's a hole in my pants.
I bet.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
One thing at a time.
Fuck yeah, you hanging out with your little nephew with that thing hanging out? Jesus, it's right in his face, too. It's a shame.
Going to the beach camp, are you?
What I hated about what you just did is it your nephew you're talking about?
Yeah.
You did an act out for him, and he's saying something that doesn't need an act out whatsoever, and it seems like it wasn't real at all. So it's just you're just getting people's attention. It's the thing that I hate the most about the stand-up comedians that I hate is when they're going like this for no reason. Like Jeremiah does a lot of physical stand-up, but you don't notice it. It's the same with like our pal Jesus Trejo.
Yeah, he's great, dude.
Another unbelievable guy that moves around a lot. But he moves around a lot, and it's not like, hey, I asked my nephew something, and he's all like, bobbity, 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 because people don't talk like that. He wouldn't respond to the question like that.
I feel like audiences too, because I do like a lot of physical stuff, they will get mad at you if the payoff is not there. Like for what the joke ended up being, the beating the pussy up, you could technically make it a one-liner almost, and I usually don't tell people like you don't need the act out. I'm usually like, oh yeah, act outs are good, but in this case you probably don't need to act out like the conversation between you and the nephew.
Right, because it doesn't seem like any of it's real all of a sudden, and it's something you're talking about something so real about talking to your nephew that should be real, but it seems like you're going like whatever you were doing, the garbage that I hate. Anyway, I've been nice before, and tonight's not one of those nights. You wrinkled your shirt, you wore the worst jeans ever.
You got your dick hanging out?
Well, what's the deal with not buying a new pair of jeans, man? What's going on in your life?
There's just a hole in my pants.
What do you mean, just a hole in your pants?
It's right at the crotch,
Yeah, it's
man.
right where your dong comes out.
It looks like there's stuff hanging from your crotch.
I'll get some new pants. I ironed my shirt one thing.
You say it like there's not a hole in your crotch. You're responding to me like, oh, there's a ketchup stain near the ankle of that. Like, that would be like, all right, man, in a few weeks I'll get somewhere to eat. No, that's an epic situation you're dealing with right there. It's not good.
It's comedy, not the fucking AVN Awards.
Yeah. So get some new fucking jeans. Kyle Henson, everybody.
Thank you guys.
He's been on the show. I don't know how his name gets pulled all the time. Oh, look at this.
Isn't that supposed to be like on like a lip, like, never mind.
Put your hands together for Derek Gruber, everybody. Derek Gruber?
Interesting.
Oh my god, that's unbelievable.
That was Aaron.
There's an
Yeah.
Eric Gruber and a Derek Gruber.
Wow.
Holy
Same.
shit.
Minds are blown. Okay, everybody. I just saw my first C-rated restaurant in LA, right? There's a grading system, A, B, and C, right? And the more health violations you get, the worse the grade, right? But when I got closer to it and wiped the vomit off it, it was actually a fucking G. It was a fucking G-rated restaurant. But it was weird. You would never guess it by the name of the restaurant. You know, the restaurant's name was called Armpit Cafe. No, I didn't like it either. It was just a test. It was just a test. You guys passed with flying colors. That's it. I'm done.
Oh, come on, dude. Anything that's less
You
than
got 22 more
Okay,
seconds.
okay. The grading system for these restaurants, A, B, C. A is excellent. B is good. C is, the cockroaches. There's enough cockroaches in here.
Oh, you probably should have stopped.
Son of a bitch.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
How long have you been doing comedy?
Since February.
You gotta talk into the mic.
February.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, there you go. Then you should be talking about G-rated restaurants. That all makes sense. That's. I mean, at least you're trying to stay in the same subject. At least you're trying to grind out something about the lettering system, which, isn't the. I mean, that's a premise that's used enough to where if you're going to go for it, I mean, it really has to be something like, holy shit, that's hilarious. Not after it doesn't go well, you go, I didn't like it either. That's not, or else that's just going to be the permanent punchline to the joke.
Yeah. Should I stay away from that, like that altogether, like this, because places sell food and shit, and
Well, unless you're going to write a funnier punchline, I would stay away from it. there's something adorable about the fact that you followed through and you went with the Armpit Cafe there at the end. But it's adorable and funny are two different things. And Big Earl, what do you think about Derek Gruber? I can't believe there's two Grubers.
Right?
I know, man. That's crazy.
Derek and Eric.
You guys should hit the road as a duo act.
Yeah.
No, 2 months in, man, or whatever it is, 5 months in, just keep at it, stay in the pocket, No, if a joke's not doing well, just fuck it, finish it anyway, and work on it later.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of jokes that I went back to and rewrote because I thought of, new things, new ways to do it. And like, there's a couple jokes in my act that were some of the first jokes I ever wrote, and they're just now long stories. Because what I did is I was just trying to get the funny out of something that really happened and tried to do a one-liner instead of doing what actually happened in real life, which is, I guess, funnier. It's easier and funnier to say, as true as possible. Like, we all know there's not a G on a restaurant. Everyone knows that. So when you said G, we automatically go, well, this is definitely not real.
Here comes the
Here comes,
misdirect.
yeah. So
I thought it was going to be like Snoop Dogg walked out, and you're like, oh, this is for the G's. But luckily you didn't go there either. But I was afraid for you for a moment, but you went another terrible direction.
Just be confident.
Yeah, totally. You're already in the pot. I mean, the guy before you was, saying the same type of stuff, and he was just moving around and bibbly bobbling. So at least you're not doing that. So.
And you don't have a hole in your jeans.
It's true.
That's very true.
There you go, Derek Gruber.
Thanks,
Gruber. Good job, man.
Try to keep flying through. So many people, so little time. Put your hands together for Keith Sewell.
Folks, I know like every black comic is talking about racism, but I grew up in Florida, so that Trayvon Martin case hit close. So after the verdict, one of my other Floridians, and he was like, man, I hate white people, man. I can't believe they did this shit, man. We need to go back to Africa. I was like, hold up. I think you need to eat this. And he was like, what is it? I was like, it's a Snickers, because every time you get hungry, you turn into Malcolm X. Then he ate it and turned back into a white person. I was like, I got enough time. No, I need help with wording of that. I don't feel like it's worded right.
All right. Keith Sewell, everybody. That's funny. Yeah, it's definitely funny. And I'm pretty sure there's a double joke in there when you said that he's a white guy, right? Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much there. The genuine note that I would give if writing it properly is exactly what you're asking for would be you have to figure out a way to let the first part breathe about the Snickers thing, or about the Malcolm X Snickers thing, and then the white guy thing.
emphasize it too, because you kind of just say it under your breath.
Yeah,
almost.
and it's very, very funny. And what happened was it got a double laugh within a laugh. But first, you could have gotten a bigger laugh without the double laugh on the first part had you just landed it without bringing it. I'm saying there needs to be space before that tag, because the tag is just as funny as the punchline if it's said confidently. But on that, it was just, you have the ordering right, the wording's correct. It's pacing, actually, that would be the note on the end part of that. Really let it breathe so that they're like, oh yeah, because it's from the Snickers thing. And then he turned back into, that's even, however you want to say it, because that's where it gets, like, really down to your voice. But, it would just, pacing is critical. Right, Earl?
Yeah, it would just be like Gruber, be more confident and assertive. That you seem like a little unsure, and the crowd will pick up on that. You have to act like everything you're saying is the word of God. Not cockily, but you have to act like, hey, this is a great joke. You're gonna like it.
And it is a funny joke, and definitely it's your joke is funnier than you are confident. So when you bring those two things together, it's gonna be great. Fuck yeah, there you go. I love it. We're flying through. That's Keith Sewell. You're not on Twitter, huh, Keith? Oh, I know this guy. This was one of my favorite guests I've ever had on. He was from 2 weeks ago with Sam Tripoli. I'm really excited to have him back. Put your hands together for Ari Manis, everybody.
Oh yeah, Manis.
Ari Manis.
Manis. The praying Manis.
Guys, I don't think I'm racist, but sometimes I feel like part of me is a little racist. I went on a date with this beautiful black girl. She was so hot we connected spiritually. We did. Towards the end of the date, I kissed her on the lips hard. But my penis would just not get up. And I was like, damn it, Dick, why are you so ignorant? I bet if her name was Samantha, you would get up. As soon as you smelled cocoa butter, you went limp, you ignorant dick. That was it, actually.
Holy shit. I love that people talk shit like, you only give the comedian 60 seconds, bro. I know what my response is from now on. They only want to do 25 seconds, bro. That's all they really want.
Half-minute joke. Yeah, I should have.
What the fuck, Ari? You do so much stand-up. You could have easily thrown in another singer right there. You don't have.
I could, but I didn't want to time it wrong, so I would go over the minute.
You need a little pep talk from the Comic Patriot. Comic Patriot, why don't you give him some something deep to think about?
Yeah, I think he was overthinking it about worrying about that next joke. Because, you know, Red Band isn't that hardcore. He lets it go a little over 60.
Right.
He's not gonna...
I should have.
It's pretty hardcore. I watch him with the timer. That cat meows at 60, Patriot. I don't know what you think's going on.
There's a couple times where if I could hear it's about to, then I'll let it go over a couple. But yeah.
But then you got to throw in the bear roar after that anyway.
Right.
Yeah, if you go into Trixie territory, he'll stop you.
I was looking for something like deep in one of your like deep marijuana thoughts. Do you have anything for Ari on that, Patriot?
Just keep smoking the doobie and keep.
No, I'm talking like Jesus Christ, Patriot. What do we? Any cue cards over there for you? Like, say one of your like philosophical sayings.
We're all the center of our own universe.
All right.
Consciousness is showing us what we want to see.
I guess I checked in with you at the wrong time.
Hey Ari, I think it was last episode or the episode before you were talking about that date that went wrong. Have you contacted her again and tried to do a new date with her?
I've
Right, to catch you guys up real quick, Ari went on this date. Wait, what was the original thing that,
I went on a date and we just hung
instead
out.
of it, she wanted, super hot chick, like
Playboy.
Playboy chick, she wanted to hang out. He's like, alright, cool, let's hang out. What do you say we smoke some pot and hang out at your place and watch something on TV? And basically they were both asleep in like no time. And he blew it. The second date he took her rock climbing, which is only something he's good at. And he took her there because he wanted to look cool.
Yeah, I was the one that got to the bottom of that. He was trying to impress her because he's very good at rock climbing.
There you go, Patriot. No need to redeem yourself.
I've
It's all
tried.
good.
I've tried hitting her up a few times, and she kind of gave me the friendly, busy tonight. Busy tonight.
I bet she's busy.
Yeah, probably pounding some black dude.
Holy shit! This hell yes came out of
So
nowhere.
on to the next woman for me.
No, don't give up.
Oh, I won't.
Keep that on the back burner. Throw her a couple texts every other day, like, hi, what's up?
Yeah.
Send her a picture of a dog.
If she doesn't respond, just keep doing it. Every minute. Why aren't you responding? I'm worried about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of.
That's how I do it.
Don't be afraid to follow a black guy in bed. I mean, you have one of those
I know.
stereotypically huge Jewish penises, right?
I got it. Circumcised. It's ready to go.
There you go. Fuck yeah, Ari Manis, everybody. I forget what he talked about. I'm just so excited to find out more about that other thing. It's so fun. Flying through them, put your hands together for Mike Durgin.
Yo, that nigga Ari Manis was hilarious.
Whoa.
Yikes! For you guys that don't know, I am East Indian. I'm sorry about that. I did get that joke approved by the black audience this evening. But I will say, no, I'm just joking around you guys. But no, I'll say, you know, with a hood on my head, I look like Trayvon Martin. I'm with you guys. This whole trial's got me going crazy. I can't believe it. I'm an elite class of Indian called Black Indian. Came from Trinidad and Tobago. Raised in Miami, Florida. What I will say is that it's fun being up here, you know, like, I gotta say that being out in LA, it's crazy. So many people put you on the stage to be Indian. They want you to be Indian. That's what they want. The other day I got asked to be on set for Arrested Development. They're like, hey, we want to put you on set. We want you to be a part of the crew. We want you to be an Indian goat herder. And I was like, all right, whatever, I'll give it a try. I walked on the set, and there was a bunch of other Indians. They came up to me and they said, oh my God, I can't believe it. I can't believe you started the show today. You're an Indian guy on the show.
what is your name? My name is Bong da chada kada bugga jigga daga. I was like, what are you talking about? My name is Michael. I'm like, what, Michael? What is your name Michael for? Don't you realize you're Indian? I was like, you don't realize
You already got the bear. You got the bear. You got the bear. Settle down. I already got the bear very angry right now.
Sounds like me coming.
Wow.
I feel like there was a lot of things wrong. With that said,
Brandon said,
hey.
That's my favorite thing when the nice guy on my panel, you get to see good cop turn into bad cop once in a while. That's one of those moments.
I've held back a little bit throughout this podcast, but I'm gonna have to let it go.
I feel like he's about to slice his head off with this fake sword.
No mercy.
You came up very not likable.
What was the opening line again?
I believe he used the N-word.
N-word, which I'm against.
You said the N-word?
Yeah, he said the N-word.
Yeah, he called Ari names.
You better apologize. Aziz, I'm sorry. Winning room. Waiting 7 years to use that reference.
I felt like the just joke pacing was really off. If there was jokes in there, it was very rapid fire.
Yeah.
It was like
I've never developed a 1 minute set yet. I was just doing it to have fun up here.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Oh, okay.
So you don't do stand-up?
I do.
Wait, what was that? No. What do you mean you haven't developed a 1 minute set?
When you started stand-up, did you go after a 1 minute set? Was that your idea? Was that it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's it. Before you have a
I started
2 minute set, you start with a 1 minute set.
I started at a 3 minute set, and I work up from there. Actually, I just did the NBC showcase. It was the first time I've ever tried to do a minute set. It was fucking nuts hard. I'd never do it again.
For the 6 comedians in the room that just started killing themselves, please stop. The diversity showcase, it's something else.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wow, you were on that thing? I think that's enough information to finally end that show once and for all. Hey, this guy showcased for this. NBC Diversity Showcase canceled permanently. Yeah, I mean, that was really terrible. No.
I feel like anytime you use the N-word, you just kind of have a bad set coming.
You don't have a chance.
It's very rare that you can use and even the stereotypical accent thing. I see a lot of foreign comics do that, and if you have to use it, but I would steer clear from that.
Absolutely. You have no business saying that word.
I want to be that comic that breaks that rule one day.
Well, you broke it.
Successfully.
We all want to be that comic, but it's not going to happen.
Right.
You got to scan the room. You realize there's 20 big black comics in the room.
Big buff.
The comedian that utters that word successfully will never in his life have ended up saying, I don't have a 1 minute set developed. Those two things, it's a different person.
And you called the Jewish guy the N-word. I don't get that.
Yeah.
What did you exactly say again? Because I missed it even though you repeated it. I'm going to make you say it again. See if this is the one where Norman Towns kills you.
Say the E-R, Andy, not the G-G-A.
Right. Be very careful.
Hey, I'm not saying it.
No, I know. Say it again.
I said, that nigga Ari Man is just funny as fuck.
Oh my gosh. Patriot, did you just realize what's going on?
Yeah. Hey, brothers.
Is that Michael Richards underneath that thing?
Yeah. Did the brothers give him a pass because he's so dark?
Not at all. Oh!
What about, hey, let me ask you, remember when I did that rap a couple weeks ago? And I said the N-word? Do I get a pass because it was in the lyrics?
Yeah!
And people don't know if I'm black or white anyway because I'm in the costume.
Oh, we know you're white as fuck. No doubt about that. People don't know whether I'm black or white.
comedian asked me tonight if I was black. That one black guy that was up here, he asked me.
Jesus. There were a few black guys up here tonight.
Yeah, right.
The one black guy?
The guy with the cool texture to his skin.
This just got real.
Holy shit.
Cool texture. What do you think he is, a drapery appliance?
God damn. All right, let's just move on. This is
There he goes, everybody. That's Macaulay Mike Durgin. Even his Twitter handle's terrible. At MMGLOGALI. You're not ever following him. There he goes. All right.
I'll see you on Crenshaw.
We have time for hopefully one or two more before closing it with our classic, our two favorite ladies. Put your hands together for Dean Parach.
Yeah, Dean.
Dean walking towards the stage. Slowly. Fuck yeah.
Alright, they say LSD, one of the negative side effects of doing LSD is that you're going to have an acid flashback. Years later, you're going to start tripping out of nowhere. I don't really see how that's a negative. It kind of just sounds like a money saver at this point. Not really that good at small talk, so I usually start conversations out with, well, yeah, where the fuck is my money? I want to join Match.com, but I'm excited about joining Match.com, especially the Strike Anywhere section that they have. Well, Jesus had to. There's a river in front of Jesus, and so yeah, if he couldn't walk on water, he wouldn't be able to get across it. To get across. I'm not a heavy drug user. I weigh like 160 pounds. When it's dark at night, I smoke Marlboro Lights. It's hard to get an erection. Ambien is really, really effective, but
You did this show a couple weeks ago, right? And tell me if I'm right. I think I gave you the same note then. Did I tell you that you weren't doing anything funny until towards the end? I'm almost positive that that's
the first ones are funny. I just fucked them up a little bit. Oh,
Well, let's not overplay that.
No. He was the one, I'm guessing, that was holding the microphone really far away from his face.
Oh, so now you're doing both things.
And you did that a couple times where you like the end of the joke, you'd be like blah 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 blah, like the important part of the joke.
You're just like looking at your notes.
So you can't even. You're not even selling the joke. You know, you have to.
And there's definitely the ones I remember from last time. Almost positive. I don't remember much about these shows after they happened, but I'm like 95% that the same thing happened then, where I'm like, these are not great, and then all of a sudden I'm like, that's a great little one-liner that I don't think I've heard before. But
it's kind of like I pick up the rhythm. Like
there's some that are blatantly better than others, and no matter what, whether you're doing 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 30 minute, you got to start with some bangers, man, to get people on your side, because you have gems hidden in there that are much better than what you're giving out at the front, and it's just old school fundamentals to wake people, make people like you in the beginning.
You gotta memorize it, man.
You must be great on Twitter, huh? Because you
What's
that?
You must be great on Twitter because you're really good at the short little bangers. Like you.
Yeah. Did you see what my Twitter handle is?
I am a Twitard. Twitard.
I'm twitarded. I'm not on Twitter.
You're not on Twitter?
No.
That doesn't make.
Well, you should be on Twitter. And you should also try to memorize at least a minute of jokes.
You break your momentum. You break your momentum when you look down and then you go back and you look down.
And I feel like after you say a punchline, you gotta give the audience the cue that it's the end of the joke, because you would start to trail off and look back down because you weren't like really believing in the joke.
Yeah, so the looking down is a big part of it. Huh?
Yeah. Whenever you look down, it's like and
you're never going to be able to do that on stage anyway. So if you can't do a minute, you might want to just stop. Memorize a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not that hard to look at jokes and look at the possibilities of segues and have a reminder somehow to set off some kind of cue for something. I'm going to pull one more. There he goes, Dean Paracha, everybody. He's not on Twitter. A one-liner comedian, not on Twitter. This guy's not a marketing major at all.
That Twitter's not taken. I'll make it.
Take it till you take it.
Alright. I think we only have time for one more from the bucket before we start our always interesting closing segment. So put your hands together for Jared Campbell, everybody.
Shout out. But don't say nigga no more. That ain't cool. I'm gonna say nigga as much as possible just to take advantage of it. He looked like niggas that gave him the okay too. Nigga, you ain't talk to me. What kind of shit was that? See, now I played football for the University of Miami. Like, that's the closest you gonna get to being in a game full of niggas. And it's different, because like now I'm out here hanging out with all kinds of white people and shit. Like, all the kids I was in school with that I didn't really fuck with, they out here now, so I need them. And I'm learning white people, like I think I make a good first black friend. Like you try to get involved with a group of niggas, start with me, I can ease you in. Like I'm hood enough to know all the slang, but I'm also white enough to know how to explain it to white people through episodes of Seinfeld. Basically, Elaine is acting ratchet when they go to India and bring them away. That's ratchet behavior for you. Elaine dancing, that's twerking.
Wow, hilarious. How long have you been doing skate? 2 years. All here in LA?
Hey, about a year and a half in LA.
Wow, man. There's some funny shit going on there.
That was really funny.
You really know who you are and you're like owning it. It's incredible. That's really great. I'm a really big fan.
Very likable, man.
Oh yeah, totally. You just own it. I mean, I feel like a lot of the notes today were, own your punchline, own your jokes, stay in the pocket, stay confident. I feel like that was the majority of notes. And yeah, that's what you obviously were just throwing that at 1,000 miles an hour. I mean, you really just were believable. It was easy to believe that you could be hilarious.
I also like how you address that you used to play football, because you're a pretty buff dude, and sometimes like people like kind of question like things about you on stage. It's like the elephant in the room. Like, well, why is this dude so big? And then you address it right away, get that out of the way, and then you keep moving with the jokes, and then people. They're settled. They don't have it. They're tuned into your jokes and not So yeah.
Fuck yeah. Where do you do like spots at? Where are you?
I'm trying to get anywhere possible. Me and a couple of my teams from the University of Miami, we do a show once a month in Echo Park.
So there's a bunch of former Hurricane players that are just doing comedy right now? What the fuck is that shit?
These are dudes that just went to school out there, and they did comedy a couple of times out there.
Wow. How wild is that? What position were you at Miami?
Free safety.
How long did you play?
I graduated 2011.
Wow. Wait, were you at the game where they played the Buckeyes at Ohio Stadium?
I was hurt that game, so I didn't go.
Oh, well, good thing you weren't there, else you would have gotten hurt again.
Yeah.
Because the Buckeyes beat your ass that time. I was there. That's right. That was a little shout out for my Ohioans that are always... I.O., motherfuckers. That's right. Snuck it in on you. You didn't think I was a big college football fan. I'm going to 3 games this year. 1 at Ohio Stadium in November, 1 at Cal in September, and the national championship, whenever the fuck that is. Motherfuckers. Anyway, you're hilarious, dude. I'm sure I'm going to see you again. That's at Jared. That's an interesting Twitter handle. Q-U-A-Y. Jared, Q-U-A-Y on Twitter. This guy's the fucking future right there. Right? Did you submit for Comic View?
No, I didn't do it.
Holy shit. You better go kill Teddy real quick. In this fucking spot. There he goes. That's Jared Campbell. Jared Campbell. Funny motherfucker. All right, well, this is the part of the show where we talk to 2 ladies that have been almost completely and utterly originally built out of these walls, 2 Kill Tony regulars, 2 lovely young rising stars, only in the game for a few weeks, always doing a new minute, and it's always fun to watch them grow and give them notes and hang out with them and talk to them about what's going on. So going up first, let's put our hands together for these. Ever since episode 1, the only female to be on every episode of Kill Tony except for the episode that she missed. Put your hands together for Sarah Mostajabi. Holy shit, there she is.
What's up, bitches? You know, I'm not really sure that I'm supposed to be a comedian. I'm like still figuring it out. All that I do know is that nothing makes me laugh. I overanalyze everything, and for some sick reason, I need strangers' approval. So here I am. Clearly, I want attention, right? You know, I was a really lonely kid. I used to catch bees for fun, and they would sting me a lot. This is how I found out I was a masochist. So, it's worked out well as an adult. You know, I actually would really like to get my happiness on track, but I couldn't find an app for it. Dude, you guys, please. God damn it. Every night at 4:30 in the morning, I download a vibrator app and delete it 6 minutes later. Apparently, loneliness comes with a +10 dexterity boost.
There's the she made the bear comment. Bear sounds. Holy shit.
Why is he so angry?
It sounded like a different bear.
Sounded like Teddy jacking off in the back.
Luna's in the back bobbing a boner.
What was that last thing you said that was funny?
Yeah, the beginning part, it was kind of almost like a narration, like of like the Wonder Years. I grew up in a small field. I always became angry.
The beginning
Stuff
part was
like that.
extremely, uncannily unlikable.
Slow, too slow.
You opened up with
too slow.
I don't have any
That was
fun. I don't
actually
enjoy
that
it.
was actually that first, like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be a comedian. That was actually the first joke that I ever wrote.
Right.
And
Sounded like that.
It's not a joke.
Might be the last one.
the first time that I ever did it, though, it did really well because it made it.
Did I
really,
miss the punchline? Wait, what's the joke?
Where did it do well at?
in an open mic?
Okay.
And I've been trying to rework it to make it funnier, and perhaps that's why I didn't go over as well tonight.
Did I miss the punchline?
The punchline is that, you know, we kind of all are here, like, for the same kind of reason, and that it's like we have this, we overanalyze everything, we're pretty, nothing makes us laugh, and that we are, like, addicted to, like, strangers' approval.
Yeah, that's the thing with that is that's just a fact. That's not a joke. Yeah,
Okay.
we strangers' approval feels good, and yeah, that's why rock bands want to be successful. It's why comedians. I mean, it's definitely there's a lot of people that are like, I just do it for my artistic integrity. Well, I'd love to see if you're more excited at a sold-out theater with people going crazy. You know what I mean? Everybody is into that part of it.
I like the vibrating app joke. You could add more to it. You could say something like you keep on getting water damage and stuff like that. You could maybe go into
That was
more.
probably the best one because it's actually literally true.
Right. Well,
So
that
that's
will
like
always be that way.
the
That's
best-
not some mysterious coincidence. That's actually how it works.
I know, that's why I said that.
I felt like the beginning was a little bit more sad.
I'm extremely like sad girls club, but
is like if this is like your onstage character, the kind of like emo, like, you know, depressed type girl, is that like kind of what you're going for?
well, you know, like they said, I've only been doing this for like a month and a half.
Right.
So I'm really like I feel very comfortable and very strong in front of people.
Right.
Like that's not like a weak part, but I am still trying to identify really what my presentation of myself should be like.
Okay.
Because there's so many different facets of
I'll
who
tell
I
you
am.
exactly. A huge note.
What?
Smiling and seeming likable. You have to spend your first 5 seconds seeming likable, not like this. Nobody wants to hear some bullshit
Matt-
from
Matt-
somebody that thinks that they're better than them.
Match
You know
your
what I mean?
adorable
Well, I don't
outfit
think I'm better than
with your smile.
Right.
I mean, you look, you're sexy as fuck. You're adorable, but then you're angry up front.
Right, and meanwhile, this entire time after your set, you're smiling and
Yeah.
we're talking back and forth because that's actually who you are.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
you walk
guess
up there
maybe-
and you're like,
Maybe then I am not that comfortable being myself on stage yet, and that's something I should work
well,
on.
that's natural.
That takes years.
I did like the idea behind the bee joke. I was thinking maybe like the only reason that you
I wrote that entire set while we were during the podcast. So
okay, you're prepared.
very fucking busy.
Okay, so the idea behind the bee catching joke and being stung, I thought it'd be kind of a funny thing to just like if you're gonna continue with this character, be like I just caught bees because and I wanted them to sting me because I wanted to feel something.
Because I was
That
too young
kind
to
of-
cut myself. Or?
No cut yourself references.
Yeah.
That's also that's something that I do and work on because that's also a true story. Like I really did like not have any friends and I would just catch bees.
Boom, boom.
We're all that person. I don't understand why you have to act like that.
No, it's
For
because
me
it's
being,
hilarious. That's why I have to act like
For
that.
being honest.
Because I'm that guy.
Yeah,
That's what I
we're
do.
all aware.
There you go, I know.
Okay.
Exactly.
Was this a Tony Robbins seminar?
We're all that person.
Anyways, yeah.
Hey,
I
great
agree.
job,
Yeah.
and smile more, be likable, patriot. What's your input on most jobby this week? At Sarah Dresses on
I like the direction. She got away from talking about how hairy she is, which I think that was a good
great.
thing.
I agree with that.
And she moved that vibrator joke up to the beginning. I think could have hit. But I like the direction. It was you're doing some different stuff and just the only way you get good at something is doing it over and over.
There you go. It's Patriot, your advice was amazing. There's Sarah Mustajabi.
Sarah Dresses on Twitter,
At
guys.
Sarah Dresses, the Legend Slayer, the King Slayer. There she goes. Are you guys ready for our final lady of the night? Always exciting. Our regular and newest full-time resident to Los Angeles. That's right. She dropped out of fucking college this week, everybody. Put your hands together for Kim Congdon. Oh, yeah. Right into it.
How are we doing?
Yeah.
Woo.
I'm single, so that's going on. Yeah, I'm single. It's going really well. I think I'm the one. I had a boyfriend. He was so cute. For Halloween, he dressed up as a crab, and I copied him. I was imitation crab. Oh my gosh, this one. I could try this one. Have you ever met someone, have you ever just met someone, didn't even have a conversation with them, and you automatically hate their face? I feel like they should have a special term. There's some facial features you just can't forgive. Like, I don't like big nostrils. It bothers me. I don't like those kind of people. I don't like to be around them. I'm racist against some faces. I'm facist.
That is adorable. See, you might be the most likable comedian. Look at that. See? That's amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah, I really dropped out of college though.
Why'd you do
3
that?
days ago. To be a comedian.
Honestly.
I had 1 year left.
Oh, shit. You might want to just go back and finish that. I have one class till I graduate, and that's the dumbest idea because now I won't get my degree because I will never go back to that. But it would be cool to say I had a degree instead of like I just didn't want to take 2 math classes.
Yeah, it's not even math classes, it's like film and acting classes. But I'm here already.
That's one way to look at it.
You
You
know.
are here already. I mean, if that's what's holding you back from graduating college, then that's interesting. Well, 1 year is a long time, though. I'm glad I dropped out when I did. Fuck that
Yeah,
shit.
fuck college. You're good if you stick with it. If you really stick with it and become a comic, you're gonna love it, and it's the best job in the world, and you can make a lot of money doing it. So.
And it's extremely full time. You gotta love it, and you really gotta love it. That's the trick. But that's very exciting that you quit school to be a stand-up. Would you say that and I don't know whether to be. Years will tell before I'm excited about this or not, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Would you say that being on this podcast and starting here influenced you to drop out of college and do stand-up comedy?
Being on this podcast helps, yeah.
There you go.
Assist from Tony Hinchcliffe.
I need you to make it now.
Yeah.
Really badly, because
Pressure's
this is
on.
going to be the saddest podcast.
You can be a good or bad influence.
Yeah, and hopefully it's not like, way to go, Tony, you're responsible for this shit.
Crying.
All right.
Awesome work, Kim Congdon.
Thank you.
Hey, what's the Twitter handle you're using?
Kimberly
now?
Congdon.
Kimberly Congdon. 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 There you go. There she goes, everybody. She'll be back next week and every week. Because guess who's not going back to college? Fuck yeah. As always, an unbelievable time. This is my new favorite part of the week. I'm so glad you guys made it out. Earl, what do you got going on that you want to promote? Anything coming up?
A couple shows with Rob Schneider.
Oh,
You
fuck yeah, where at?
Check his website and, just trying to make it, man.
I'm not going to check his website, but
Well, robschneider.com or whatever it is.
you don't know what cities you're going to yet?
Canadian dates, like Edmonton, Vancouver,
Oh, that's awesome. I love Canada. We were just in Toronto. So much fun.
And I'm headlining a White Power meeting in Simi Valley.
Anything else?
No, that's about it.
That's at Earl Skakel on Twitter,
Yeah.
correct?
Yep.
Jeremiah?
Go to www.jeremiahwatkins.tv. There's always new sketches, new videos. I've got a bunch of impressions, that kind of stuff up there.
Definitely. You're always pushing it. It's so
Yeah.
fun to watch.
And standuponthespot.com. I run the improvised stand-up show with Jeremiah Watkins the second Thursday of every month at Rant LA. And Tony is a regular of the show.
One of the most fun shows. Probably has some of the best buzz amongst comedians out of any show.
Yeah,
it's
I'd love to
truly
get,
improv meets stand-up, and you're right there at the helm hosting them, and it's great.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
And at Jeremiah Stand Up on
Yep,
Twitter.
at Jeremiah Stand-up on Twitter.
Boom. Thank you guys so much. Brian.
Iron Patriot.
Iron
Yes.
Patriot at Comic Patriot on Twitter. Shout out to our pal at Josh Martin Comic and Luke Curl at Dude City Films. I'm at Tony Hinchcliffe, TonyHinchcliffe.com. Jeremiah is wearing the new Tony Hinchcliffe Equation
Yeah,
shirt.
that's
Those
no
are available
joke.
at TonyHinchcliffe.com or KillTony.com, which I just bought. Thank you very much.
Oh, nice. That's good. We should have done that at the beginning, right?
Yeah. Thanks, Brian, as always, and thank you guys all for coming out. I'm sorry to those of you that didn't get up out of the bucket pool. Come back next week. Hopefully, we'll get lucky. And thanks for coming out. Up next, the Ding Dong Show.
Yeah, Johnny Barris.
Good job, man. Good job. Good job. Oh, my bad, man.
That's Motion Diana. That's Mr. Yeah, thank you.